1 2 1 2. Sorry, I actually streamed this on the wrong YouTube account. I had to quickly hide that. I am eating, so apologies for that. Cool. So there was no news today. As you can see, no news. These are the ones that caught my attention, the pairs. I'm gonna scan through. Okay, we have a sweep here, so they'll go to B. There's a sweep here, keep an eye on that. Currently sweeping. Nothing here. Sweeping. Let's see. Put that. Yeah, it's about like that. It swept this own lows here. Swept this session, came up, went down, and it's now swept its own lows over here. Displaced upwards. Price is now coming back into the displacement, and that could potentially continue going up. Yeah, let's have a look at the ones, our main pairs. Okay, these are just continuing to kind of draw back. What's DXY doing? Okay, so we had this displacement up here. We have this order block here, this huge displacing candle which broke structure. Price closed above this area, these equal highs, swept that previously, and it's also sweeping it again, swept just above here. So some of these people got swept out, and then in that displacement, price slowly came back down to it, and it's being rejected, but price is still overall bearish in the most recent move. Price is still kind of moving downwards. Swept down here, which could be a sign that price is now going to displace upwards. If this is the Judah swing, it is currently 2 p.m. So it's been 30 minutes since open. However, when I'm looking at these pairs over here, I'm liking them more. Oh, wait. So here we swept, displaced upwards. 3 bullish candles here. This could be a potential buy opportunity. Oh, hello. GBP swept above. So we swept low, swept above. We swept the Asia session lows with London. The London session broke the highs of, or swept the highs of the Asia highs, and now New York has swept the highs of London session. And there's a big reaction or rejection here, so there could be a potential displacement to the downside. If it breaks structure, retraces back to the fair value gap or displacement or imbalance that is created in the breaking of the market structure, then I would enter a sell to the downside. UPCAD is the same, but it's a bit higher, so maintaining the price above this level here, which is the London session high, which kind of is like similar to this. This one is similar to the top one where it's swept above and it's come back down instantly. And then this one, we swept these lows down here, displaced upwards, we come back down into this. This could actually be an active buy. And this is swept above, it looks like it potentially could displace downwards. So I need to see the external liquidity to determine if this is going up or not. So on the weekly, excuse me, we were bullish, creating these high highs, high lows. I'd say it's a bit of indecision there. Let me look at the daily. just enter this instead. Price already started to move. It's right about here. So the liquidity up top. Oh, before I can even post it, it just went straight to stop loss. What just happened? It was instant and across multiple pairs as well. That was weird. Be a potential nice sell actually though, because we're at the midpoint of this fair value gap, this imbalance, and then we've also swept now the second session. So we swept that, come down, boom, displaced broken structure. We just need to pull back, and then it'll be a clean entry. We can enter this one super confidently. Use the same thing, but I'm just interested how on the wrong side of it over here. There's also now a order block. Our interest right about here. Okay, interesting. It might just be manipulation rather than like, oh my gosh, price is moving in this direction. There's a lot of liquidity here. Bam, bam, bam. A bit of liquidity. Okay, so this is I'd say this is pretty good for sells if price this into inverse fair value gap. Yeah. This is a buy and this is a sell now. I thought this was going to hold above the level. Use this fair value gap as structure to then push to the upside, but at least on this pair price is going straight down. So it looks like we've just been swept. I don't know if I want to get in again. I don't think I do, just because it's disrespected this fair value gap. I could be treating it as an inverse fair value gap to then continue down. I'm not going to enter that anymore. Maybe it wants to sweep this low here before it goes up. Okay. Up to placing down here. Oh wow, big gap here. Hands over him. Okay. Looks extremely good for sales. Okay. All right. Now it's just about price coming to our entry. Let's check on the other pairs. Hold on. The UGBP is continuing down. Let's turn this into a inverse fair value gap by the fact that it's broke down, came back up to the midpoint, and started to drop. Reacting to the order block right now. We'll see if it wants to close. This could even be a sweep to then come up. It could even be a continuation. When we look at these other pairs, though, it looks more like a sell off is happening than it does, this. So we're going to be looking for sells more than anything. Okay, let's focus on EU for now. Looks like some good opportunity. Might be one of those days again. The price just keeps going down. I've had too many of those days. It's a joke. Not even joking. Like 80% of my days have been I've wanted price to come back to my entry and it just hasn't. So monitor this for a little bit. If it doesn't come back within the next 30 minutes towards an hour, I might just call it a day and come back to the markets tomorrow morning. And then for the rest of the day, I'll just maybe do some research, maybe watch some videos and as to why that is happening. Because 80% of the days, in fact, I'm trading in 5 days, and like 3 or 4 of those days are me predicting the correct destination of take profit, but not being able to get in because of my entry model. It means that there's either a problem with my entry model or I am misunderstanding something, and it's the markets that I'm not understanding properly. But which one is most likely me? That's the problem. The market just does what it does, and yeah, hopefully it can come back. Then maybe our entry model is not the problem. But yeah. For now, we get to 1 minute. The cleanest one is this. Yeah. And then we'll be selling to the Asia session lows right here. So our main TP. See if there's any external liquidity down here. Yeah, I think where we got it's fine. Okay, it's coming back up. That's a good start. Yeah, we'll take some TP. I'll take some TP here. My first TP area. Then the second one would be this low right here. Let me know when price comes right next to the edge of the fair value gap. Whilst we look at okay, GU's potentially coming to entry. Actually, need to just keep this open. Have a look at DXY because EU, keep an eye on EU. Right, EU a little bit just because of the overall general overall trend. Why do we get into this? So overall, we have a lot of time we have this big displacement over here. Price came up or displaced down. Then it's now accumulated over here, keep going up slowly, back into the imbalance at the halfway point. We have a reaction to it, of which on a smaller time frame, we displace downwards and we break small or lower time frame market structure. Okay, so that displacement and market structure break is important. And in the context to why we entered is the sweep of this second session, which means London session. So Asia session is the first session, which is this blue high here, blue low here. When London opened, we broke or swept the first session high and then came back down to midpoint roughly, or the discount area of the Asia sessions. Then we pushed back up, continuing this push to the upside, creating these high highs, high lows, creating the high for the London high over here at 1.338. And then when New York opened, we swept it, and then we went down with a displacement. With that imbalance, we expect price to come back to the imbalance. It has, and then we are selling at that point with our stop loss just above, quite tight, and then we're selling to the low of this session. Well, that's the first low that we're taking some profit. Potentially the first major level, and then we can then take there's a lot of lows over here, so we can take a lot of deep take profits. We could even sell to potentially here, which is a 1 to 8. Will that happen? We'll see. And just want to kind of keep a track on price when it's hitting some of these lows, and you can see that we have a lot of levels here, so we'll probably be taking bigger chunks and then smaller chunks as it gets closer here. So EU also looks very good. We're actually going to enter this too. It's just whether or not I want to be passive with it. I don't think I do. I think here is fine. think we just keep this. We're just gonna have the one trade. I might enter this like on a small amount. I think I would expect the same thing to happen. Okay. And both of these, let's see how these do. For the ones we're looking at, this is reacting back again here. Okay, we expect this to pull back up. It's coming back up. This strength looks like it's continuing to come up. We've dropped back in. We expect this to go down. No displacements. Similar thing, potentially a displacement. I won't get into this, but it's an idea. Okay. Okay. I'm happy with the trade we took. We did lose this in the quickest time I've ever lost a trade, I think. But I'm happy with these two right here. These are my main trades, and they are the ones we are currently in. We're just gonna watch and see, and then hopefully these TP. So yeah, that's it for today. I was complaining earlier that price hasn't been coming to my entries. Doesn't mean we force a trade. I know we did lose one instantly, but let's look at the characteristics of the trade. It was Euro GBP. The reason why I got in, we had swept the low of the Asia session, low London session. That took out the first one. We came back up. We didn't displace up. We just came back up slowly, and then we dropped with some displacement. But then we took out its own low, right? So it took out its own low. There's liquidity here. So it swept this liquidity, then displaced upwards, right? Swept liquidity, displaced upwards, came back down to that displacement, which broke structure. You can see the high over here and this high over here. These include them both in context. When you look at other examples like EuroCAD, you can see that yes, we displaced above the London highs, but we didn't actually secure it. Now, I was assuming that price was going to hold above this fair value gap here, displace upwards. It would probably come down a little bit, and at this midpoint, it will then continue to hold above. But I was incorrect about that, and despite it being around about the time when Judas swings have ended, it looks like I was still a part of Judas swing at that instance. But then we quickly recalibrated. Now, the ones we are in doesn't mean it's necessarily going to go our direction, but I am more confident because I've been watching these pairs for a while. I also have a different advantage in the fact that it's been in a downtrend for a very long time, and my analysis of the larger time frame bias and external liquidity will target next on the larger time frames is bearish. So there's that added confluence. We're going to see how much of a big deal that is, and we are currently in these two trades, and then hopefully they can, like I said before, hit our TP. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that as we're going around about a day. We'll just keep our phone on us as we're hitting these levels. We'll see how price react to these lows, and like these lows which I've drawn here, for example. If it has a strong rejection, we then alter our maybe take some profit. I don't like really change stop loss that much. Maybe stop loss break even once it's hit like T2, for example. Maybe it's at break even, depending on my account also. I like to let it run. Yeah, we'll just monitor it throughout the day, and yeah, hopefully it goes this way. I know it's going up right now, but we'll see. I'm probably going to end stream anyway, and we will be studying a lot today. I just don't know if I'll be able to stream it. I'm contemplating that, but at least I will be doing off stream if anything, and then I'll be making notes anyway, so there'll be some record of that. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching this back. This is day 20, I believe, and we're gonna come back here again tomorrow. I might be on a laptop. We'll see. Nevertheless, will show up in one way or another. So yeah, I mean we can let this run a little because it's close to stop loss. I don't too. I do need to go somewhere, so I'm going to end the stream. But Telegram will keep updated, and yeah, we'll go from there. So thank you guys. Appreciate you all, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.